Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video, and today I'll be doing a Spider-Man movie tier list. So we got all the Spider-Man movies from Sam Raimi, Mark Webb, um, I don't know the other guy's name from the MCU, but we got the MCU Spider-Man in here as well. So basically, this is just gonna be based off only my opinion. So if your favorite movie doesn't make like a high tier or something, don't send death threats. Not again. Alright, so let's begin, shall we? The first one on our list is Spider-Man 1 from Sam Raimi with Tobey Maguire. Now, in my opinion, Tobey Maguire is the best version of Peter Parker so far. He nails that role so well. I even liked him as Spider-Man. In my opinion, I think he's the GOAT. He's my favorite Spider-Man of the bunch. So I'm gonna be biased here. So Spider-Man 1 had the Green Goblin. Green Goblin was really sick. I feel like he was better at No Way Home though, so I gotta give it that. But the suit that Willem Dafoe was given, it was wonderful. I loved it a lot. And the story just in general was really good, and I loved the movie. Going straight to S tier, baby. It's not even a competition. Next, we got Spider-Man 2. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is the best superhero movie of all time. I said Spider-Man 1 was good, but this is twice as good. Dr. Octavius, also easily one of my favorite villains of all time. Tobey Maguire nails the role as Peter Parker and Spider-Man again. I don't really remember as much anymore because I can barely watch it on any things because they removed it on Netflix for me. The only like movies I could watch is the MCU Spider-Mans and TASM on Netflix. So, but yeah, I've seen this once it was on Netflix. Literally the best superhero movie. I love it. I'm gonna put it straight to S tier above Spider-Man 1 because it's better than Spider-Man 1. Alright, next up is Spider-Man 3. Okay, people hate this movie a bit because there was a lot going on and stuff. I can respect that. But I don't think this is the worst movie. It's still really good. It's definitely the weakest out of the three. But I love the symbiote storyline. I feel like that was probably like the best part of the whole movie was the symbiote, like Sandman. I felt like no one really cared about him. I can't tell the Goblin also, like the new Goblin, the Harry Osborn Goblin. I don't think like I feel like the only that character, the Goblin, Harry's Goblin, worked into the symbiote story. I feel like Sandman is the only one that literally no one really cared about. So I feel like they should have like held him for like a different sort of movie instead of putting him in Spider-Man 3. But this is still a really great movie. I actually grew up. This is the only Tobey Maguire movie I actually watched when I was little. Because I remember I used to think the black suited Spider-Man was like his villain, and then or like Spider-Man's rival. I felt like someone also had the same exact powers as him, but was evil. So I thought they would fight each other. I guess I was sort of right. I guess Venom is sort of that, if you know. But like I thought it was like exactly this suit on the poster right here, just going head to head with each other. I rewatched it as well. I fucking love it. It's not an S tier though, but it definitely is A tier. It's still a worth watchable movie. I still recommend watching this. I'm gonna skip MCU for now. I'm gonna do this in order of the movies came out. So TASM 1. TASM, the Amazing Spider-Man franchise, got the most hate out of all of them. It's definitely a downgrade, I'll tell you that. I feel like I don't really watched all of these. I mean, I have watched all of them, but like I don't remember like most of them because most of the things were forgettable in TASM for me. The Lizard was definitely good, I guess. I don't know. I've seen like people wanting the lizard with the lab coat and not just some naked ass lizard running around the city. But I still like the lizard. The lizard, definitely not Green Goblin and Doc Ock or Venom or Sandman. Definitely the weakest villain on here for now. But it was still entertaining watching Spider-Man kick his ass, or Lizard kicking Spider-Man's ass. I loved it. I enjoyed. I wasn't really a big fan of the suit either of Spider-Man. Um, but you know, it grown on me a little bit. I like it. It's unique. People always say comic accurately. Look at Tobey Maguire's suit. Look at Andrew Garfield's suit. Um, I just glad they're unique because then it's probably like the multiverse. People will now recognize Andrew Garfield because of his lenses, you know. But yeah, TASM. I'm gonna rank the first one a little bit low. I don't really like the first one. But yeah, it's definitely not a bad movie. I'd say anything above D is a good movie. All right, C is a good ranking. Next we have TASM 2. TASM 2, the suit was much better for me. I loved it. Definitely probably the best suit there is. I still like Tobey Maguire's more, but comic-wise, this is the best looking one. But yeah, the villain was Electro, who was blue, Green Goblin, and I think that was it. Again, they try to do a Spider-Man free situation where they're trying to introduce more villains. I felt like also Harry came out of nowhere. Like he's suddenly now Peter's friend in the second movie, nowhere to be seen in the first movie. That was a little weird to me. Also Peter's parents, why is that now a storyline too? Electro, don't really like his design too. It's blue. It's Jamie Foxx. Like, look at No Way Home. Look at No Way Home. He was much better in No Way Home. But yeah, I definitely like this a bit more than the first one. Just because the slow motion, everything, the visuals, it was really good looking movie. I am gonna put this in B tier. It was one of the masterpieces. Not as masterpieces as Tobey Maguire's movies, though. Then we got Tom Holland's MCU Spider-Man, the current Spider-Man. We can expect him to see in Avengers Kang Dynasty, Avengers Secret Wars. Where else do we? Spider-Man 4, confirmed to be. I just realized I forgot Across the Spider-Verse on this list. God dang it. I guess I'll just talk about Across the Spider-Man or Into the Spider-Verse. I don't know which one it is. Homecoming, Spider-Man Homecoming. I really love that this Spider-Man lives in a city with other superheroes like Iron Man, Captain America, the Hulk, Black Widow, Doctor Strange, what else? Black Panther, Ant-Man, Vision. What else do you got there? You got like Hawkeye. I'm not really into those characters. I do like Iron Man and Captain America Civil War, because that's also where Spider-Man introduced. I watched a couple superhero movies. Guardians of the Galaxy, watched the full trilogy. Also wonderful trilogy. Recommend watching Guardians of the Galaxy free in the theaters. Really good movie. Spider-Man Homecoming. This was, I guess, a movie about Peter Parker's relationship with Tony Stark, aka Iron Man. I really love the two of them together on screen. It was amazing. Iron Man is like the Uncle Ben of Peter Parker in that universe, because Uncle Ben was not present in that movie, in all of his movies whatsoever. It was just Aunt May, who's extremely young, by the way. That threw me a little bit off, but I'm not complaining. So yeah, I do think their dynamic duo is amazing. It made the movie much more enjoyable and relatable. What if like it would make sense if you're in like a team and the leader is like 30 years old and you're like a minor and um you want to join their team as a superhero, although it's a very dangerous task to do. So Iron Man has to take the responsibility on making sure Peter Parker is alright and doesn't get hurt because he's still a child. So yeah, definitely looking out for the little guy. Like literally the line in the movie, looking out for the little guy. Yeah, I had so much fun watching this movie. It is definitely below Spider-Man 3. It's very underrated. It's very underrated movie. I don't really like the suit. The suit is actually gorgeous, but there's one thing that's ruining it for me, and that is the tiny spider logo. That's the only thing that's bothering me. Otherwise, it would be a top tier suit. All right. So next is Spider-Man: Far From Home, taking the events after Spider-Man. The Avengers Endgame, where Iron Man died. I said spoilers, but that movie's like years old now, so I can just say it, right? Iron Man dies. Peter Parker's like, boo-hoo, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. Very sad. But now he doesn't have a mentor to look up to. Now he has to do everything himself. He still has Happy, Hogan. He still has his Aunt May. He still has the Iron Spider suit, which I'm surprised he did not use in Far From Home. I may have not watched it I've watched it, but I may have not picked up on what happened to the Iron Spider. Because he wasn't using it for the final fight. It would make sense, but I'm not complaining. He made his own suit. Mysterio was played by the best actor probably to play Mysterio for. And then we got MJ in this as well, who is Zendaya. Also perfect role for MJ. And then I forgot Ned Leeds. Ned Leeds in both the Spider-Man movies. He's the best character, dude. He is so funny, amazing. Reminds me of my best friend in school. Literally reminds me of him. Literally me and him. It was so relatable. Probably the most relatable part of the whole thing, because he is exactly like Ned Leeds, but blonde. If you're watching this video, buddy, I hope you're doing all right. But yeah, Ned Leeds really reminded me of him. So seeing him in all the Spider-Man movies really puts a joy on my face, because it reminds me of my best friend. So yeah, I'm going to now, as a movie, the story itself, I don't really like it that much. I don't like that they're going to the whole world, I guess, in some sort of way, like London, all the other places. I don't really like that much, because pretty much the whole movie was just sitting in a bus, up in the apartments, but we still got some pretty good action. But I guess this movie just isn't for me. I definitely am gonna put this up. I might have to put it below TASM 2. I think I might prefer TASM 2 over Far From Home. But yeah, I don't know. The movie, it can get a bit boring at times. Now we got Spider-Man No Way Home, the GOAT. This brought back Green Goblin from this trilogy, Doc Ock from this trilogy, Sandman from this trilogy, Electro from this non-trilogy, Lizard from this non-trilogy, Who else do we got? Um, that's it, right? That's all the villains. Am I missing any villain? Venom, I guess, in the post credit, but Venom didn't do shit. But yeah, this was amazing. Green Goblin, best villain in that movie. Um, very scary guy. Doc Ock, also very enjoyable. I feel like Doc Ock and Green Goblin are my most favorite characters in that movie. And then, obviously, Electro as well. Freaking love Electro. Um, yeah, just Electro was amazing too. His new suit was definitely way better than TASM 2. Um, then we got Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield appear in No Way Home. This was this was really good, but as story wise, I felt like most of the things was a bit for fans. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It's a wonderful movie, but I feel like most of the things were just like fan service, I guess. Um, Doctor Strange was also in the movie. Also loved their little chemistry. He's like the new Tony Stark and Peter Parker. Only it lasted for this movie because at the end of the movie, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched the movie, although it's like 2 years old now, um, everyone forgets Peter Parker's identity, but everyone remembers Spider-Man. So everyone remembers still Spider-Man, but not Peter Parker. Very sad. The ending really got me. Probably the saddest part of every Spider-Man movie was that No Way Home scene because he lost everyone around him. And I do not want to be in his position. Thank God, no. But yeah, this movie was really good. Definitely an S tier. Um, I'll put it above Spider-Man 1. Spider-Man 2 holds a special place in my heart and will never be topped. Now, there is also a Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse with Miles Morales. I'm more like I'm more into Peter Parker's story of Spider-Man because that's the character I most relate to. I've seen Miles Morales in the video game. Can't really relate to him as much as I do with Peter Parker. I do love Peter Parker's suits as well a bit more. Um, I guess it's just because I grew up with this type of Spider-Man. Um, but Miles Morales definitely is also really cool. He has like electric powers, invincibility. Um, what else is there? I don't know what else he has. But him and Peter Parker's relationship was so awesome to see. I love that there's two Spider-Man now instead of one, and there's also a Spider-Verse, I guess. New movie coming out, Across the Spider-Verse. I will be watching that. Um, really curious on how that story will go because I want to know what Miles did to piss off the Spider-Verse. Um, so yeah, if I would rank Into the Spider-Verse, it would be A tier, below Spider-Man 3. Um, and below Homecoming as well. It'll be the last one in the A tier. Um, but yeah, anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this tier list. If you did, leave a like and subscribe, and see you guys all in the next video. Peace out.